Fog Entertainment back with another review here of Squid Game. We're into episode 2 of season 1. This one is called Hell, and we kick off this episode. The returning contestants arrive back in the warehouse, the warehouse, brother. 255 players were eliminated, which obviously, if you can do a bit of quick math, means 201 are left standing. But basically, a lot of them are like, oh, we don't want to do this anymore, we'll pay back all our debts. And then some of them are like, well, we want to stay, we want to compete for the money. And then basically, quickly, this rule is invoked where there'll be a wee democracy, a wee democratic
Well, I think
vote.
the rule already, was there. It's just
We not invoked, that's what it means. It
yeah,
was brought
but
into play.
It didn't sneak. Did you say it sneaked in?
No,
or
I
something.
said it was invoked.
Right, now before that, you said something about.
No.
Yeah, something. It doesn't matter.
What? Well, it doesn't matter, but anyway, they end up voting. 200 votes go by, and then the old guy's like,
Number one.
and he walks up. You can smell the shite a mile off.
He's bricking it, doesn't know what to pick.
Look, then his best Stu Hart impression, and he presses the no button. He wants to
End the game.
It's all game over, brother.
I've noticed Jigsaw normally doesn't wipe out like more than half the competitors after game one. Wasn't like the Koreans.
No.
Jigsaw in this wee tour of South Korea's like
The wee Asian tour, like fucking.
He's pure taking no prisoners, like.
He's definitely taking no
More than
prisoners.
half them died in the first game. If they return for the second game, how many more is going to die? We'll talk about that.
See, watching though, like back in episode 1, it did look like a lot more than that died.
Yeah.
Like, it does not seem to me like 201 people made it across that wee line.
Yeah.
Like, the amount that got shot, the amount that piled up at the doors.
It's about 60%, isn't it? Like, they said 6% died, 40% lived.
Yeah, I'd say it's like 80-20, like.
More like that to me,
But anyway, guys, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
we're not counting the numbers here.
Meanwhile, though, what's our main character's name? Gohan. He basically he is left with Sangi, whatever the fuck her name is, and then yeah, she basically
Wow, I love your review, whatever the fuck her name is.
Wow. Woo! What is her name, man? Fucking you dickhead! What's her name? What's her name, man?
Sam C. Kung.
Hi, Samsi. Kangsi, there we go. It's fucking Kangsi, right? So these, they've just got Korean fucking names, right? Why can't it just be like fucking?
Yeah, no, I don't get. Right? See, because they did an English version, would have been too much to ask. Just give them English names.
Like, you can have Glenn from The Walking Dead. He was fucking Korean, but he wasn't fucking called that shit.
Almost killed that Chinese kid.
He's Korean or whatever, buddy. Woo! But yeah. Basically, our main characters that we got to know in episode 1 and the beginning of episode 2. We basically see what happens to them. We see how their lives are.
Most of their lives are fucking shit.
Yeah, and then basically by the end of this episode, guys, they want back in.
The only difference is some of them want money for greed, others want money to help their family.
Yeah, like our main character, his mom's got diabetes, her toes are hanging off.
Although I would say up until then, I'd say he was definitely in it for the. I mean, you could say his daughter, but he seems like a greedy, selfish kind of bastard to me. Like, I mean,
I know.
Seems like he's got selfish motives.
But yeah, basically throughout the episode, he meets his old tag team partner. What's his name again? The guy who's basically getting done for all the financial shit, who can't bear to face his ma.
Cho Sang-woo.
Cho Sang-woo, him. Yeah, he ends up getting drunk in his bathtub.
This reminds me of playing PES back in the day, Pro Evolution Soccer, and you pick South Korea. There's Chi Shang-won, Hee Jong-jo,
Aye.
King Hong-hee.
Tries it in 2 World Cup screw job.
Right.
That's it.
Anyway, so yeah, they end up receiving more letters, and they have to decide whether they want to go back or not. Meanwhile, the investigator is on the scene, tracking his brother, who he cannot find.
Yeah, he tracks him basically to his apartment, and then he ends up paying the rent, and he discovers a card that he saw big gun ho.
Leave at the police station.
Yes, so he's on to it, and
Police
then
didn't seem to believe him, but Mr. Detective.
but see the way like gun ho goes about it. Why didn't he say like, right? Even if you don't believe me there, check the CCTV in the subway. A guy was talking to me, he gave me this card. You know what I mean? When he was playing the fucking post-it note shit.
Well, that would have been the smart thing to do.
But no, that's why I hate stuff like that. It's not
Even
a
the police officer kind of like ripping the piss at him, and it's like, yeah, I mean, who would believe that? You went to play a kids game thinking they would give you billions of dollars.
I know, you fucking inbred bastard. And then when you ask to leave, they just let you leave. You know.
Well, democracy's a good thing, I guess.
Yep, that's it. Meanwhile, though, Abdul, he goes to his place of work. He demands
His money.
and then he chases the guy. He pushes the guy. Guy gets his hands absolutely squished. Fuck, I
Talk
didn't.
about fair play.
Yep, fair play, karma. And then he basically runs off with the money.
You call him Abdul?
Abdul Ali. Aye.
Let's call him Ali, you know.
Abdul Ali.
Oh, okay.
Double A. Arn Anderson. Right. Yeah, but he basically tells his wife to fuck off back to the shithole they came from in the Middle East. And he's like, I'm gonna get all this money and touch as many kids as I want in Korea. But hey, you're going back. You're going back to India, brother. Don't work for me. Is that basically what happened? Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. Sent his family back and says, I'll get the money and then I'll follow you. Which seems too good to be true.
Will he though, or is he gonna get shafted with a bag of marbles? That's probably what's gonna happen to this guy.
Fucking stones.
Aye. Meanwhile though, fucking Kangxi basically promises her little brother that she's gonna get their parents, but then turns out the money that she gave this trafficking guy,
it's gone.
Yep. So that's it. That's it. The Wendy.
Disappeared.
Nah.
Paper shredder.
Aye. What? Meanwhile though, your big man with the snake tattoo, he's basically planning the heist on the island, wherever the fuck it is. But then the guy he's with, what's his called? He's called like Doc's son or something.
Aye.
Basically says that the guys he was at the casino with spending all that money are here, the Filipinos, and then he ends up brutally. Like, why did this guy think he was just gonna let him? Like, if you're gonna turn on the guy, make sure he doesn't have a fuck.
Yeah, don't fucking.
Why would you get out of the car at 1 mile an hour and fucking turn your back?
Yeah,
I just find this fucking stupid. Maybe they don't have fucking guns in Korea, like, besides in this island fucking game fest.
Well, no, I think they wanted to. Take his organs. So it seems like you need to keep him alive for that.
Well, yeah, no shit. But why would the guy who was like setting them up like just turn his back? Like, he could have held him at gunpoint and fucking.
True.
Get out the car, so it was just stupid. But then your big man with the tattoo, dolphin dives off the bridge, so you wee Filipinos don't get him. And so yeah.
Filipinos afraid of war. They don't jump after him.
No, they moved to the UK and decided to work in Subway. Oh, 8 of them.
That sounds about right.
Yep, it does sound about right, doesn't it?
Franchise.
8 per franchise. Manny Pacquiao, eat your fucking heart out, mate. Good Christian.
Manny Pacquiao's favourite sub is?
I don't know. Indecisive rounds. Right, anyway. Woo! What happened next, Jamie? You know what happened next, don't you?
Thingy's mama was she discharged herself, couldn't afford the payments to get her diabetes. I mean, I wouldn't think diabetes is a huge thing. Then the next minute she needs to get both fucking legs amputated.
Well, it is if it's left untreated, like.
Well, I suppose.
And that's kind of what's happened here because they've got no fucking money.
Turns out our man, Sung Gong Hong, he cancelled all the insurance to try and gamble the money, and it's fucked him right up. He's left his mother with no insurance, his mother with no health, and now he decides he needs to go back in to the Squid Game and try and win the winner's prize. Along with the money, he also gets visited by number one, who says he doesn't have any time left. He wants to enter the world and try his luck. He says.
So why did he vote no then? Nothing changed for him.
Just to give, I think it was. Well, we won't fucking spoil it.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he voted no. Obviously changed his mind. He wants to go back in after having a change of thought. And that's pretty much it. They meet up. The Squid Game officials come and collect them. They get back in the car. They get the gas treatment. You see the detective following them, and you also see Kang's son. Kanzi, who she wasn't affected by the gas or whatever, so she must have covered her mouth, something like that.
I never knew this the first time around.
And she is still awake then while getting transported onto the island. I mean, that's it for episode 2. Thoughts?
I don't think it was anywhere near as good as the first episode.
No, I think it was dragged out.
Yeah. Like...
I don't think it was bad, but I mean, it was, and this was an hour-long episode as well.
Yeah, it just didn't need to be.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been like 45 minutes probably. I'd probably give it a 6, maybe a 5.
I'd give it a 5. You can give it what you want though.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
All right, we're getting at 5s. 2 5s, 7.25 for the first one. So far out of 20, we are looking at a 12.25.
To be honest, that's not bad for a series that isn't up there with like the best of all time.
No, but by the end, if you're averaging that, it's not going to be doing too good.
Well, hopefully they'll go up. Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time. Let us know what you think down below. What was your favourite part of this episode? What would you rate the episode? And that is it.
Peace.